Where am I? Who are we? What's going on? If the thunder don't get you, then the lightning will. Summertime, come and gone. My, oh my, oh my, oh my. All right, shake the hand that shook the hand. P.T. Barnum and Charlie Chan. Okay, guy. Where are we, Jerry? Cheers. Wave that flag. Oh my God. Oh, I wasn't going to shut this down because I wanted to go to Patrick Leahy. Senator Patrick Leahy, one of my favorite senators. God, I can't believe how everybody's getting old in this world. Patrick Leahy, veteran of many.
Feel like your time sure isn't what they
sold you? Oh, shut up.
You're not alone. Hi,
damn
my name is Robin McVeigh, and I'm the president of Wesley.
I'm sure you
and
are.
We are joined by the former chair and former ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Patrick Leahy of Vermont.
Skipping to the very end.
To go into a courtroom, and that's going to hurt the country.
Senator.
Come on, let's going to put this last.
Trial courts and appellate courts. I even had one that went up to the Supreme Court. I never thought, as I went into those courtrooms, well, you know, they're going to be slanted this way or that way depending upon my politics. Never have. Today, everybody's going to be wondering, am I politically okay to go into a courtroom? And that's going to hurt the country.
Senator Patrick Leahy joining us this morning, the former chair, the former ranking member of the Judiciary Committee. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
I mean, that's a sobering thought there, and it's scary in this polarized world. Is that it? I mean, go to a courtroom and somebody says, are you automatically breaking the law to not be on the one side or the other, in the other's eyes, right? So my friends who adamantly hate Trump, which I'm not one of them, insist everybody's a, quote, fucker who would vote for Trump. And my friends who might like Trump think that the left is, quote, tearing down America. And it's just, it's horrible. It's like, help. What the hell? Excuse me. So anyways, Mitt Romney actually said something today, which I feel like is, it's something. I don't think he's done that much to stop the divisiveness because I think he's just, I don't recall hearing him say too many positive things about President Trump. Oh, you're not allowed to say something positive? Well, say something positive when he does something positive. So Romney today says, I have stayed quiet with the approach of the election, but I'm troubled by our politics as it has moved away from spirited debate to a vile, vituperative, hate-filled morass that is unbecoming of any free nation, let alone the birthplace of modern democracy. Romney went on to call out Trump on a number of fronts. The president calls Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris a monster, he wrote. He repeatedly labels the Speaker of the House, quote, crazy. on and on. Romney points out the kind of vicious language. It's been going on for a while. It's just keeps going on. He also took aim at Democrats, including Pelosi. Now Romney's he's doing a balancing act, and I really wish he could have. I mean, I think that everybody needs to sit down and calm down, and I really need to dedicate one of these, and I thought this was going to be it, but I didn't get it together. Just one, but every one I'm doing, all right, every one video I'm doing now is for President Trump. Sir, you have the power. If you want a comeback, if you want to regain the 5 million people who were, or 10 million Americans who walked away from you after that debate, and maybe they were people just hanging on the fence, maybe they weren't your rock solid, but they could have been like your landslide that you're apparently not going to get. Well, maybe you can. Maybe the Democratic left is thoroughly lost and as confused in their own way as you are. And maybe you have the power to be the guy who really unites this country. I don't know. Biden says he's the guy, he can unite this country. And he's not divisive like you. But I don't know, I'm not seeing much. That's kind of easy talk for Biden, hasn't said anything positive about just being conservative in America, and that it seems like Americans themselves have to disown their own ancestry, their own history. I don't think we have to disown it. I think we have to own it, and have to honor everyone of every race and color in all our ancestors. And even though maybe some of them have made mistakes, and I guarantee you going back 3 or 4 generations, their world perspective was way different from ours, and it keeps changing. But this experiment in democracy and liberty, which is a reason why everybody wants to come to this country, is powerful. We really need to keep it together. Now, yesterday there was a video of Proud Boys and a Black Lives Matter person in Utah. You can find it if you search. Did I bookmark it? Probably not, but maybe I did. I get so much stuff going on here. Oh, I know. I posted it on my blog yesterday. Look it out. Check it out. It says it's my headline, Proud Boys, and the subtitle was, is there a way of disarming America? And, here was a story about representatives of the Proud Boys talking with Black Lives Matter and having a peaceful conversation. Phenomenal. Wonderful. You can do that. Proud Boys aren't, they're Americans. They're just, everybody's an individual. They are, check out the video links. All right, so in the meantime, the big story here in the New York Post, more stuff about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. That seems to be the big story. Maybe it's the October surprise that supposedly is going to come along, that everybody always has to be an October surprise. But the difficult thing is, of course, is that it was not difficult. Well, what makes it worse is what Twitter has done. Apparently, maybe they're scrambling now, Twitter and Facebook, to change their policy, but they wouldn't let Republicans share this. Wouldn't let anybody share it. Twitter blocked anybody even referencing.
Time shards and what they sold you.
Shush.
You're not alone.
Stop.
Hi, my name.
How can I stop this? Well, I can turn the volume off. Keep talking. Okay, skip ad. You know, I don't know how I became such a conservative. It's just that I feel like the left got lost, and sometimes it's just like the less you do, it's like it's back to that positive liberty thing that Miss Westover was speaking about in her book called Educated. She was referencing it. Positive liberty, how important that is, that people find it in themselves. I think that's a conservative concept. It means it implies responsibility. All right.
Emails that indicate yet more corruption in this instance. The Biden family receiving millions of dollars from communist China government officials. Just minutes ago, I tried to share that story on Twitter. And Twitter is actively blocking, right now this instant, stories from the New York Post alleging corruption and the Biden family receiving millions of dollars from communist China. This is election interference, and we are 19 days out from an election. It has no precedent in the history of democracy. Senate Judiciary Committee wants to know what the hell is going on. Chairman Lindsey Graham and I have discussed this at length, and the committee today will be noticing a markup on Tuesday to issue a subpoena to Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee next Friday, to come before this committee and the American people and explain why Twitter is abusing their corporate power to silence the press and to cover up allegations of corruption. And let me be clear, I don't know if these New York Post stories are true or not. Those are questions Vice President Biden should answer. But Twitter and Facebook and big tech billionaires don't get to censor political speech and actively interfere in the election. That's what they're doing right now. And so on Tuesday, the Judiciary Committee, the full committee, will be voting.
I hope you can hear that.
Subpoenas to subpoena
I should have
Jack Dorsey to
had some better speakers. All right. What everybody wants me to do is to repeat some of my poem called Hooray for America. I know that's what everybody wants me to do. To get into it, I want to stand on a chair and say, hooray for America. And I want to say, hooray for the planet, and hooray for the trees. But I want to say, hooray for the red, white, and blue. Hooray for America. We've got work to do. Hooray for America. Let's plant a tree. Hooray for America. Of the, for thee, by thee. Hooray for America. A vision more perfect. A union more perfect. Homeless lives matter. Let's restore the flag from tatters. Borders are real. Now borders, let's take a side here. Look at borders again. And this is like talking to John Lennon. Are we going to eliminate democracy and think it's outmoded, that there's like a better way? Or are we going to say, okay, we're going to keep it, and I'm running out of battery again. How did I do that? How do I always do that? What is the mission here? You need borders to have a democracy. You gotta define. You know, it's fundamental to a free people. It's fundamental to a nutty people. Because nothing is perfect. We could go back to kings or just knights in shining armor or just horrible gladiators wandering around. Whoever has the strongest sword will win. But we worked this thing out 200 years ago, and it was a subject of evolution for 2,000 years of thinking. The best thinking on the planet came together for the USA. And it was completely flawed, but maybe we should thank God for some of those flaws. We have to thank God that I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but thank God that flawed thinking of the horrors of slavery took place, that 13% of Americans are people from Africa. Because if you could snap your fingers and get rid of that trauma of slavery in an instant, what would we be? And I'm saying that with all the deepest respect and empathy for all the grandparents of all the living people whose grandparents, great-grandparents, went through the brutality of slavery and all the hideous crimes that were based on race, that the white race perpetuated over the years. But that was just, everybody woke up from their cosmic slumber to be a little baby in somebody's arms and brought up into their world and received their paradigm of thinking. And we've come a long way. It's just expanding. It's expanding all the time. So I wrote a song, and it's about a dream song, kind of like a Martin Luther King song. It's just highly sentimental. But it's all about love, life, and liberty. I think of it as that. And that the cup, this cup of life that I hold, that I may be hurting or think, oh, my cup is only half full or half empty, or why am I, that somehow we fill this up, that it gets filled up. And I know my time is running out on this camera here. It's blinking. Sweet land of liberty. Patriot's dream. And I think every newcomer to America, every person of a different shade or all kinds of shades, you come to America, you want this country to be great too. You don't want it to be just no boundaries and bring everybody and you don't. I don't think you do. I can't imagine anybody. Isn't there some sense of community? You know, Proud Boys. Well, shouldn't all Americans have pride? Is that so hard? What's wrong with that? Why would you deny that with somebody? Just take pride in everything. Just being alive in the battle of survival. Cheers to everybody. All right, God bless.